hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Man-Made KA podcast.
You are a completely unique and different individual. Steve, the only thing you can do, be the best Steve that can ever live.
Like real life is lived in the real world.
Yeah.
Not on social media, not necessarily in theory, but in practice.
Yes. When you see people on social media trying to flaunt wealth that is gotten genuinely from hard work is respected. Wealth that is flaunted on social media is not genuine wealth.
So building confidence actually takes action.
Yeah.
It takes action in front of people, in front of masses.
Played. When you see somebody wants to expressly show you something, somebody wants to really rub something in your face, it's usually a projection.
Yeah, social media can be a powerful tool for impacting people, but not when you are just like just a consumer.
Arrogance is insecurity wearing a loud jacket.
If there was a wiring of lack of confidence, a skill will build confidence.
Yeah.
Showing up repeatedly, consistently will build confidence. Carrying weight, and that's responsibility of other people, will build your confidence. Arrogance.
And I'm telling you, Steve, you can be a very calm person, but as long as you are confident, a person who's struggling with confidence will always view you as arrogant.
Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Man-Made KA podcast with your host, Stephen Baki and Silas Otieno. We are back again. We took a small hiatus last week. Nile tu schedules zilikata kabisa kupatana, even though we were ready. What we're actually talking about this week is what was intended for last week. But we're glad to be here once again. It's been a very, very busy start to the year, and the days are moving by so fast. It's already January 19th, 20th actually. As we speak, as we're recording this. And so that's just like the month is over. January is almost over. Guys, hang in there. It's been quite a ride. But yeah, I really hope you guys are having the start to the year that you intended for. Silas Bana, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I know we are on 80th January.
Hey! January for you has been slow.
Yeah, it has 90 days. No, it's not slow. It's just miserable. It's a month when we go through.
I would love to say the same for me, but no, it's not.
But it's not.
It's not the same.
I think January does something to our pockets. Maybe because guys get paid very early in December. And when they are paid, they know this. They don't think about the 90 days in January, and it's very hot. I went to Mumias, by the way, last week. I was in the shags, just listening to birds here and there.
In December, you traveled in January.
Yes, I traveled in January, and the nights were extremely hot. Yes. I checked.
It's actually really hot.
I checked. Sometime I drove at night at around 10. It was around 28. Imagine. And it's not humid like coast. Me, I've never experienced such kind of weather.
It's like dry heat.
Yes. At some point I slept on the tiles. I couldn't stand the nights. The days were even hotter. Yeah. I saw it was getting to 36 degrees, imagine.
Yeah.
It was a nice place. I embraced aloneness.
What is the reason for your visit up there?
Let's say business and pleasure. Pleasure more so. 80%, 80-20. 80% pleasure, 20% business.
Yeah.
But it was a good time to just get out of the town, the noise in the town.
And it was a good time to travel as well.
Yes. The roads were clear. It was enjoyable to drive along that route. So I'm making a resolution to not travel in December. Or if I travel in December, maybe let's just do it early December. The early weeks, the first week.
Yeah.
And then avoid travels during mid-December. It's chaotic. Until that road is done, it's chaotic. Guys sleep on the road. You spend a lot of money. You can imagine if you are coming from here to there, you must have full tank.
Yeah.
Then you go spend another 8 hours on the traffic. That is another one. So you spend double going one way. than coming back. If you're going with via public means, it's expensive. Like for us, we were in our family when I was growing up, we were 10. And at that time, a seat is 2,500. Multiply that by 10. 25,000 one way. You've not eaten. That's fare. That's transport.
You haven't accounted for shopping.
You've
for
not eaten. So by the time you get to Mumias, you spend 25 Gs. And then now the eating. You are 10 of you plus the
food.
The food, you'll spend probably more than that.
Yeah.
And then you'll travel with another 25. So it doesn't make financial sense. No wonder January is a broke month for most of the people because of that. I don't know why we've created that culture of going in December, but I think it's mostly people from our area. Because Western Kenya is far. You guys from Central, you are in Nairobi.
We don't have issues. Don't have those
in Nairobi, you can finish this podcast and you go to Shags and come back in the evening. I can't.
You can do that.
For us, you have to understand people of Western.
It's true though. It's true.
The proximity to the capital is what determines. And I'm glad that cities are coming up so people don't have to come to Nairobi. In the past...
You can actually settle...
Yes, Nakuru is a city. Eldoret is a city. Kakamega is extremely beautiful.
It is, yeah.
I love what the former governor Oparanya did in Kakamega. It is beautiful to be there. Nowadays, you go to these counties and you realize that devolution was really a good thing. Because initially, everyone was hyped up about Nairobi.
To Nairobi. Yeah.
Yes, and Nairobi became overcrowded. I know nowadays it's not that hype because you go to Kakamega, you can get a decent 2-bedroom like what you will find here. You and it's cheaper. And you're in town.
Yeah.
If you're in Kisumu town, you're literally in Nairobi. If you are in Kisumu town, you're literally in Nairobi. Nakuru is a city. It's a city as well. Nakuru is also beautiful. So the county governments are doing whatever they are doing. And I cannot forget that we beat that team. That Manchester is painted red. And we did not. We not only beat them, we dominated them.
Played so well in that.
We would have given them at least 5 goals. We would have beaten them.
That was surprising. I don't know. Sijuka homa ilikuwa imeneza huko kwa kampi yao or something. I don't know whether they had a cold.
No. We're just the better team.
That was so unusual.
Yes.
That was so unusual.
Yes.
They're not usually dominated like that.
I didn't plan to watch that match because of the embarrassment I thought we were going to get.
Yeah.
But the men did what they are supposed to do.
A good job.
Yes, they did a good job.
Do you know what? Interestingly, when we record next week, we'll have played you guys. It will be...
Yes. By the way, by the
Sunday
time we are recording
special.
next week, we will see between Manchester United and Arsenal. We'll have the bragging rights. But I'm sure we will beat you guys. Okay, we are going to beat you.
I love the confidence.
It's confidence.
It's the trait that we're talking about today.
If we don't beat you, I will not hear the last of it. But we are going to thoroughly thrash you guys.
Okay, so we shall wait and see.
Folks,
the bets have been placed.
The bets are there. By the way,
proclamations have been made.
Should we bet 1,000 shillings?
In front of camera.
Yes, in front of camera.
It's
so
not
that
godly to bet, my friend.
The handing over will be done in this show. When we start, the person who has lost will come with 1,000 shillings and place it at the feet of the other person.
I don't think we want people to emulate that behavior, so we shall not do it on camera.
No, this is just to say that we want Manchester to win.
No, this
and
is
you're scared that you are going to lose.
This is just to say that this is the confidence that we don't want you guys to emulate. Yes. This is the confidence because this is bordering on pride. This is
1,000 shillings. 1,000 shillings for the winner.
What? You win one game and then you are trying to threaten the team that's already on top of the league. What do you mean?
The team that is always on top but never takes a trophy home. Nobody remembers number 2. Nobody.
We digress though.
We digress.
I would like... Anyways, before I go to that, let me just state how I've been.
Yeah.
Last week we were taken for work retreat to Nanyuki. Amazing place. So that's why this year for me has started with 2 retreats.
2 retreats?
Yes.
Really?
Immediately on the 2nd, we were going to Naivasha for songwriting retreat. Came back on the 3rd. Last week, the entire week, spent in Nanyuki from Monday to Friday. Came back.
Wow.
Coming back was actually quite.
And you told me it was a 5-star plus
Oh, no,
experience. It was a very
Indulgence Pro Max.
Pro Max.
Yeah.
Did you do the feeding that we were talking about in one of our episodes?
We shall not disclose. That is confidential.
Born again, blood washed.
But anyways, it was a good time. It was a nice time. Just like, it wasn't necessarily just chilling because we're just preparing plans for the things that are happening this year. There's going to be a lot to do. But you know what? We're here. We're healthy. And I can't wait to get it done. So, yeah. This is the podcast where we unpack masculinity in the 21st century and where we talk about all things men. And we do this with honesty and sobriety. And our aim is generally to just re-energize, rebuke, and refocus men in order to pursue the highest standards of masculinity in this day and age. And we do this under the premise of 3 very fundamental grounding beliefs. 1, that the triune God created man in his image and likeness. That all men, that is the second one, are exceedingly sinful and in need of a savior. And finally, that Jesus Christ, the Son of God and the second person of the Trinity, is the only perfect man who has walked this earth and has met the standards for masculinity as we should embody them. So he is the standard, and we're just trying to point you there one way or another, even as we give examples of other men who have exemplified some of the traits that we tend to talk about in these episodes. So today we're going to talk about confidence. Confidence. Yes. Confidence is something that it's a very it's a big term.
Yeah, it is.
And I think we know confidence when we see it. Sometimes we don't know confidence when we see it because people can portray a false sense of confidence.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes.
Most of the time. It's actually an act. Most of the time.
Most of the time it's a mask.
Yeah.
Because it's not that I'm confident in what I am doing, but I don't want to show that I am not confident in what I am doing because that will cut my legs off from even having the opportunity to do that which I desire to do. So yes, more often than not, it's a praised trait. People praise confidence when they see it. Some people honestly just have it in their personality.
Yeah.
It's a feature of their personality. Like we say, Man United fans tend to have a lot of pride.
Confidence.
Even when it's misguided. I don't know why. But yeah, that's basically what I think about confidence. So Silas, would you tell me what do you think? What do you think about confidence?
Yeah, I looked it up and I like that topic on confidence because it is one of the hallmarks of a masculine frame. It's one of the pointers that someone is truly and genuinely masculine. Because confidence is, let me read. Confidence, from what I gathered, is the quiet belief that I can handle whatever comes next. That's number 1. Number 2, even if I fail, I'll figure it out. Number 3, my value is not dependent on people's approval. So these 3 things that somebody...
Would you repeat them one more time?
Yes. Confidence is the quiet belief that I can handle whatever comes next. I can handle whatever comes my way. Even if I fail, I'll figure it out. And my value is not dependent on people's approval. So I can handle whatever comes my way or whatever comes next. Confidence is, we are uncertain about the future. Nobody knows what is going to happen in the future. Confidence is that whatever happens or whatever comes my way in the future, be it good or bad, because you're not only talking about the negative, be it good or bad, I have the capability within me to handle it. And then in the handling of this business or whatever comes my way, there is a possibility that I might succeed or I might fail. Confidence is where you say, it's okay. Even if I fail,
the outcomes will not.
The outcomes do not determine whether or not I will be discouraged by that kind of situation. And that does not mean that people don't get discouraged.
Yeah.
And finally, my value is not dependent on people's approval. By the way, we are living in a time where people approve, seek for approvals left, right, and center. Sometimes we have cultured or we culture our lives based on what other people think about you. And let me tell you, Steve, I have lived that life. And that life is not a life I'm going to ever live again. Not when I'm conscious about it. When we live for other people's approvals, when we live for their applauses. Remember I told you, look at what Christ, who we have said, embodied true masculinity when he walked around in this world. He didn't walk around for approval. He would tell some people off. He would speak out their hypocrisy.
Yeah.
One thing I noted about the people who followed him, some followed him because they liked him. Some followed him because they were changed. Others followed him because they hated him. So people would follow you regardless because of their intentions. People have their own personal intentions towards why they do what they do towards you.
Yeah.
So if you live for people's approval, then you will die at their disapproval.
Yeah.
If you live for their approval, you die at their disapproval. And let me tell you, human beings are emotional people. Today, Steve, somebody likes you. Somebody likes what you said, maybe in a forum. Maybe where you went for the retreat, you said something and guys were like, yeah, this is a light bulb moment. Then the next time you say something that they disagree with, then they're like, Steve is the worst guy on earth. So imagine if you lived your life for their approval. That means that you'll never really be your own authentic self. And God has given us something we call authenticity. Our fingerprints don't match with anyone else in this world or anyone who will ever come. Do you know how amazing that is?
It is.
That it is said, I don't know how true this is, that of all people who have ever lived in this world, none has the same fingerprint.
No one has the same DNA, absolutely.
Even
It's
the same DNA.
Completely unique identifier.
You are a completely unique and different individual. Steve, the only thing you can do, be the best Steve that can ever live.
Because there will be no other.
There will be no other. There will be no other. It doesn't matter.
The children will have their own unique fingerprint and identity.
Yes.
And DNA, they will have to leave their own mark one way or another.
Yes. When people ask themselves, what do other people think? Like I told you, I used to live my life. And so I would culture even my words for their approval. But one thing I came to realize is that, Steve, human beings, someone who does not like you will not like you whether you say what they like or what they don't like.
It's quite interesting because you're kind of like exposing that confidence can have the wrong foundation.
Yes.
Because one can be confident just based off what other people tell them about themselves. So if that person doesn't tell you that you are competent or you have done well or you're capable and all these things, then you lack the confidence in your ability. From a general definition I can see here, it's a settled trust in one's ability to act competently in any given domain, or rather in a given domain. So a settled trust in one's ability to act competently in a given domain. So that's one of the definitions I can see there.
Yeah.
So if it's dependent on, if your trust in yourself to act competently is dependent on another person approving that you have acted competently, then that's the wrong foundation for building your confidence.
Yes. Yeah, it's the wrong foundation. When you build it on applauses, and one thing I've come to realize even when looking at human beings, people really only care about themselves.
That's true.
Yeah, people really only care about themselves. They don't care about you as much as you think they do. It is in our thinking. It's all in our mind. You think that people really care about you. So if you build your own self-worth based off of what people think about you, then you're going to limit yourself a lot in your life. You are going to do things that you don't like for that approval. And, I would talk about intersexual dynamics. If you are in a relationship with a woman and the thing that is driving that relationship is your thinking that, let me please her, you're going to fail. You are going to fail.
Yeah.
I think a healthy relationship is where a man is himself, a woman is herself, and these two people come together being separate individuals.
Yeah.
Not that I change for you or you change for me. No. Don't change for somebody. Just be who you are, and you'll tend to attract someone who accepts whatever traits you have. And I'm not talking about the negatives that need change. We at times in our lives need to change some things about ourselves that are not true. But generally, the Steve that I see in front of me should be the exact same Steve. Steve, I try my best to live, to be who I say I am. I try that. I know I fail many times, but I try to be that guy. I don't like doing this and saying this and doing this, saying this and doing this. Even though sometimes I find myself doing that. But I like to be that authentic person, so that when you like me, you know exactly what you're getting into. You know exactly who you're dealing with. And you have one guarantee: this individual is not going to change. So it makes even people become at ease with you, because they know what makes you tick. They know these are your strengths. They know these are your weaknesses. So they can be able to cope. But imagine, Steve, if I'm with you and I pretend to be somebody I'm not, and sooner rather than later the mask falls off. When it falls off, then you are lied to.
Yeah.
That's why you see guys go into relationships and discover that I got a raw deal. So confidence is not an act. It's not an act, and I know I have some things about it that we will add.
There's an interesting observation that I have made, and I think other people have observed as well, this phenomenon. So how is it? And this is why this is the evidence that people crave for confidence. Because you will see two random people in a room. One can say a thing. Maybe they're presenting a point. Another person can say the same exact thing this other person has said, but it actually be received differently.
Yeah.
And that's quite curious.
You say one thing and then another person receives
the same exact thing that you said.
Yes.
But then they're received differently.
By the way, when it comes to speaking, I came to realize that it is not what you say that really polarizes people. It is how you say it. It's not what you say. The question what can be used as a threat, can be used as an inquiry, can be used as a plea, can be used as just a common question. So the word what can be used in for. If I say what in a threatening kind of way, then I've threatened you. Then you will receive it as a threat. So I have come to see that what you say is not really what really matters. It's how you say it, how you present it. There are guys who would say some very basic things and the whole world is offended. and there are others who would say it, same message, same weight, but very differently. And people would applaud. But then again, you have no control over how people interpret what you say. Don't worry about people's interpretation of what you say, because you can't control that. The Stoics usually say that you must only focus on the things that you have control over.
Yeah.
We suffer more in our minds than we do in actual reality. Do you know that?
That's true.
We suffer more in our minds than we do in actual reality. Like when I say something and that thing, I am really worried about how you would interpret it. You know, now I'm getting into a space that I'm not God. I'm not omnipotent. I'm not that powerful to control how you interpret it. So where does the responsibility lie? The responsibility lies in the speaker to make sure that what they are saying, number one, is not open for a lot of interpretation, so that the person who misinterprets it is just witch hunting, and is very careful about what he says. Because what you say, once it goes out, it's not something you can control.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't control it. Even if you apologize.
Yeah.
I'm big in apologies will not really help. Because if I called you a loser and said I'm sorry for calling you a loser, that doesn't erase the fact that I called you a loser.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, so a subtle trust in one's ability to act competently
Yeah.
in a given domain. Albert Bandura said this. It's the belief, one of the proponents in psychological theories. He said it's the belief in your ability to execute the specific actions required to achieve outcomes.
Yeah.
Philosophically, it's said that confidence arises from alignment between three fundamental things. So there's knowledge, character, and action. In our Christian circles and what we believe, our identity in God is what actually gives us confidence.
Exactly.
It's not necessarily in self. Our identity before God and ultimately what Christ did for us.
Absolutely.
That's what gives us confidence.
Yeah.
And it isn't necessarily pretending you can do everything. It's knowing what you can do, what you can't, and acting responsibly in like both situations.
And actually, that is where the skill is. It's not that I can do everything, you know.
Confidence isn't you can do everything.
Yesterday, I was talking to some gentleman here.
Yeah.
And I was telling him how people abuse scripture. But then, 90% of the Christianity you see nowadays is just mambo jumbo abracadabra. 90% of what you see. Preachers have there are so many churches, but what they are doing is a disservice to the very word of God. Because they have gotten the word and done some, put 22s on it and spoilers and turbos and all those things to try and make it more interesting.
Yeah.
You'll find somebody telling you that confidence is you can do all things. So, and then they use Corinthians. I can do all things. It's 2 Corinthians 5:17.
Yeah.
I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. That doesn't mean you can do literally all things. You can't do literally all things. It is inhuman.
It's humanly impossible.
Impossible. Humanly impossible to do all things. You can't. But wisdom is when you can decipher or you can be able to understand where your strengths lie, where your weaknesses lie, what you can do and what you can do well. And now amplifying it. Yeah. So imagine taking that to mean that you can do everything.
Hey, you'll be frustrated.
And those people are on TV telling these guys there is nothing you cannot do. Are you God?
Are you omnipotent?
Are you omnipotent? You see?
Yeah.
There are things you cannot do. Men and women, we are different. When you start hearing people say, because we are all one before the eyes of God, that one doesn't mean sameness. One doesn't mean same. You see, even twins who are identical are not, are not the same person. Are not the same person. So, men can't give birth. And that's okay. That's okay. Women can give birth. And that's okay. So, and I see this, and it's very prevalent in the West. The gender, whatever, that nowadays it's almost a crime saying that we are different. It's almost a crime.
Yeah.
Did you see this video that went very viral of this medical doctor in the States who was asked just a very simple question? Can a man give birth? Do you know she didn't answer the question? She started, do you know she didn't answer?
With all that knowledge,
she's a medical doctor who cannot answer XX and XY chromosomes. She can't answer that. Because if she answers, you know why she can't answer? It's cowardice. She knows that if she answers that, there are some people who have lost their minds and she's trying to please. There are some people she's trying to please who have lost their minds. So you can imagine a sane person trying to please people who have lost their minds. Isn't that a circus?
Shouldn't it be?
It is insanity.
Yeah.
Because she knows that she's going to get backlash from those people who, with no scientific or evidence...
It's a complete lack of perspective. Absolutely, it's insanity.
You don't even need to go to school to know that. You don't need to go to school to know that male, female. You don't need to. Nowadays, it's a complex things. People are being cancelled for that.
Yeah.
This world is broken. This world is so broken that sometimes I watch these things and I don't know. I don't know where we are headed to. So she does. Imagine studying all those years and you don't have the confidence to say
How many years is it?
men can't
Medical
give birth.
School? 7
In
years.
Kenya, it's 7 years.
And then you're that's the fundamental. That's the basic.
Okay.
And then you have to. Is it just 7 years and then you finish your?
I think like your bro is
specialized.
Your bro is a professional student. You see, you specialize. It's a lot of years. Imagine you go through all those years, and then you are called to the Senate to just answer one simple question. You can imagine she's a slave of those people. You can imagine how much they have a hold on her.
Yeah.
She's not confident. I wouldn't trust her to treat me.
Yeah.
I'd rather die than let her treat me.
Because she has the knowledge.
Yes, she
but
does.
she's compromised on her character. Remember, we said 3 things philosophically: knowledge, character, and action.
And action, yes.
So she's compromised on her character, which is now leading to that dissonance that we are seeing there. Because she knows in her mind and in her heart of hearts that the answer is very straightforward. But because she's compromised on her character, she's not able to answer it forthright. Because her character is now been set for her by other people.
Yeah.
And that's where her confidence is now being shaken.
Yeah.
In what she knows and what she believes.
Yeah. So I think that is something that it was amazing to me that a whole medical doctor could not answer whether a man can give birth. It's not a trick question. It's not even a question. It shouldn't even be a question. It's a fact.
Yeah.
So that's the world we are living in. And we are seeing that kind of confidence in such people. There is a lot of confidence in being retarded in our view of things.
Yeah. And here's another evidence for this.
Yeah.
You only need to go to social media. People hide behind their profiles and such and pseudo accounts.
Yeah.
And what happens is they portray their complete lack of confidence.
Yeah.
Because what they do is, using those pseudo accounts, they tend to attack other people.
Yeah.
Or spew opinions that honestly are trying to polarize or gain clout one way or another.
Yeah.
And in that, you find that this person honestly is struggling. Because if you're trying to seek approval of your opinion from other people on the internet that you do not know, then that's also another place where you're kind of building your confidence on sinking sand. Social media has made it so easy for people to say anything. And again, the famous Mike Tyson quote: everyone has
something
a plan
to say.
or something to say until they get punched in the face.
When you're punched in the face, is a
all
reset.
The plans are
is a reset. Let's reset. Yeah.
You're like, I had a plan, but
yes. And you see a lot of fake confidence, especially with people who try, and we'll talk about confidence when it comes to speech. We have a lot of false confidence.
Yeah.
And actually, how to spot a person who is not confident in what they are saying is they are usually loud. The louder the person, the more, for lack of a better way to put it, the more
compensating for something.
They are compensating for something. The more they can't see through what they're doing, and this comes also when it comes to fight. And then again, I saw another video on Instagram of a huge guy. They were in a line in some store and they were buying some things, and then the huge guy looked at another little guy behind him. He turned and he told him that he's going to use some profanities, but he wanted to punch him. Then the little guy was like, yeah, I'm good for this. Then he pushed his trolley aside and I say, let's go, guy. Do you know that guy shut up? He just shut up. So his confidence was a projection. It was not real. It wasn't real. It was something that was displayed. When you see somebody wants to expressly show you something, somebody wants to ponder, or they want to really rub something in your face, it's usually a projection. When you see people on social media trying to flaunt wealth wealth that is gotten genuinely from hard work is respected. Wealth that is flaunted on social media is not genuine wealth or has not been got in the right way. Has not been gotten in the right way. So you have to know that. And that's how to tell fake from original.
Yeah.
Steve, you won't go and... If today you had an edge over the whole world, you will not show them.
Oh, you'll hide it.
You'll hide it. If today you went to some hole somewhere in Nairobi and that hole was producing cash for you, you won't show anyone. You just leave it. So why do you want to show? You're hiding something. Hey, mister, you're not doing something that is right. Or you have not gotten that thing the right way.
Yeah.
There are people who try to it is like you've said, a projection. You're trying to portray something that is not from you. And another reason why people do that, to try and flaunt wealth and portray it as visibly as they possibly can, is because of a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
Scarcity mindset people, they have lived in lack and they fear lack. Steve, a confident person, doesn't fear the outcome of their life, whether in plenty or in lack. Paul says, I know what it is to abound, I know what it is to abase, but I can do all things. That's where that's where the verse is. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. So whether a confident person is not affected by their external circumstances or external environment.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they wouldn't feel the effects of lack or the negative effects of having too much, but they don't get really affected by what happens outside of them.
I think at some point we will talk about how confidence can be shaken.
Yes.
But the third thing, it was knowledge, character, and action.
Yeah.
The third thing is action. Real world is lived in the... real life is lived in the real world.
Yeah.
Not on social media, not necessarily in theory, but in practice.
Yes.
So building confidence actually takes action.
Yeah.
It takes action in front of people, in front of masses, in front of... For example, if I knew... This is my story. I knew I had the ability to sing. The only way I would actually build that confidence in my ability to sing and perform in front of people is by actually singing.
Singing, exactly.
Not the fact that you can maybe sing in the shower or sing by yourself, or... So that confidence can only come from actually doing the singing in front of people. Which goes to show that the real life is lived in the real world. Even if it's... Yeah, social media can be a powerful tool for impacting people, but not when you are just like just a consumer. That's not going... It's not going to help you know more about the world or build confidence in yourself. It's only going to show you other people. However, you actually need to take yourself to the real world and do these real things so that you can build confidence. Because sometimes you can see someone post a video of themselves singing, and it seems as though they're so put together. They know, they really know how to produce music. They know how to create music and such and such. So just for the example of music, because of course biases. But you do not know, I saw someone who actually showed people the process of how he records his musical content. And this person has no assistance. He doesn't have a production team or anything. He only uses what he has. It's so DIY. It's so do it yourself by himself, his own production, his own... And then he's like, hey, you guys see the video, see the thing that's out, and you assume that he has such a big team working on what he's producing, but he doesn't really have.
Yeah.
He's only very, very basic items to kind of get that thing out there.
Yeah.
And so social media is another place where it can cloud a lot of things, because the real action is taken in the real world, not necessarily on what we kind of see on social media. It can be a portrayal of something that it's not. Yeah.
I have something here. What confidence is not. So confidence, number one, is not arrogance. Is not arrogance.
Yeah.
Arrogance is insecurity wearing a loud jacket. Arrogance is insecurity wearing a loud jacket.
Yeah.
Take note of the word loud. Arrogance is very loud.
What you said?
Yes, it's very loud, and it's insecurity. it's just, it needs to portray itself in a certain manner.
Performative.
It is performative, exactly. And people perform. Many people I talk to on TikTok have gotten married because of performance. Women have gotten husbands who were in the circus. They were in a play.
Yeah.
They assumed there was a camera. They were performing.
That's true.
So the men performed. The woman was won over by the performance. The portrayal of masculinity, the chest thumping, the walking shoulder, the widening of the shoulders and all that. And so they said yes. And they got married to this Kenothia. And what happened? The mask fell off. He removed the jacket as soon as he settled. Because for him, his end goal was getting this lady. That was the end goal.
Sorry.
Now he has achieved that end goal and gotten the lady. What else is there to perform for?
Nothing.
So the guy removes the jacket. Oh my goodness. The other party discovers, I got a raw deal. This guy is a performer. He's not who he said he was. Or the other way around.
Yeah.
They are ladies and Steve, this is fraud.
It is actually fraud.
This is serious fraud. I told you, let's go back to Kevin the keyboardist. Kevin the keyboardist has lived the life of preservation, self-preservation in the house of God. Kevin has said that I am not going out because the Lord shall bring me the woman of my life. And this other lady, and I have heard a lot from the ladies who say that you want to settle, go to church. Imagine, that's the perception of church men. You know, church has a lot of better males, a lot of them. A lot of better males, a lot of romantic, novel kind of ideals. Sometimes I listen to them and I disagree. And good thing I can disagree biblically and support my disagreement with what they say. With what, I'm not saying all, some of the people who are there. So the lady will know that when you want a good guy, a nice guy, yes, nice guy is the word, not good guy. There's a difference between a good guy and a nice guy. A nice guy is performing. A good guy is a good guy. A good guy is just a good guy. A nice guy is in the theater acting because people are not that nice. So the lady comes to church.
Yeah.
And where she is coming from is a world of chaos, for example. It was a party world and the things that we see on social media, our young ladies do. And so she comes dressed in white and she sits there. You remember the Casting Crown song of Angel? She sits there. Kevin, the keyboardist, is enchanted. And he gets...
You don't blame him. The lady's
we don't blame him. The lady's dressed in white, yes. Yeah. So, you know, Kevin, the keyboardist, has not been exposed. He has just been... what he has been exposed to is the narrative that people are just good and they will behave. If you love them, they will love you more. That is what he's been hearing from childhood. So he gets into a marriage with that lady. And a leopard does not, cannot change its spots. So, since it is performative, and you see, I've talked about the man. Even in the woman, since it was performance, they wanted to settle down with a man and be looked at as someone's wife. The mask soon falls off. And she wants to go back there. As the deer pants for the waters. She wants to go back there. And now, Kevin is frustrated. Steve, I've just summarized the sum total of 80% of the cases I listen to. 80% of that. Because most of the time I ask people, did you see it?
Did you see anything?
Did you see it? And most of the time they did.
But they chose to ignore.
They chose to ignore, or they said they would change the person. They would say they would change. They made it their life mission to make you, someone makes you a mission field to change your heart.
Wow.
To do that which is outside of our control. That's where frustrations come, Steve. That's where people get frustrated in marriage. We have very many unhappy married people because of that. Performance cannot be sustained. I would really respect a guy who says, I'm not a good guy, but I'm working on myself. When you're coming to be with me, that's confidence. Even the ability to tell people who you really are. You see why I like...
Wow, that's a big one. That actually hits home. Yeah.
Yes. I read Pauline letters, the letters of Paul. He tells people exactly what he is. He was a murderer. And he says it. Not that he's proud of his murderer's life, but he says it. I was a murderer. I was a persecutor of the church. But I am a changed person. So rather than that person who hides the fact that they were a murderer, and you come and discover that they were when the mask has fallen off. Yeah. So confidence is not arrogance. The second thing, let me just move on quickly to this, is not pretending. Fake confidence collapses under pressure. Yeah. If it is fake, and that is why the Mike Tyson quote, that should be a good quote for us. Everyone has something to say until they are punched in the face. Yes, when you hear somebody, they pretend sometimes. When you call their bluff, they can't do anything. Again, it's not entitlement. You do not deserve anything. You earn outcomes. This is something that I see, especially the female gender, struggle with. Do you know men are hierarchical and they have no problem with that? Do you know men have no problem with hierarchy?
Able explain for mtu mwenye haelewi.
Okay, the burden of performance. Men choose people based on competence. Okay. Men choose based on competence. If you go to a group of 5 men, the person who will lead them is most likely the most competent.
That's true.
He is going to be the most competent because and the others will not have a problem. Steve, when we are here, if a billionaire walks here, we all shut up. Nobody will tell us to. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Why? Because we see that this guy has something that we aspire to have, and since he has it already, and we are aspiring, then therefore he will be a leader. Very rarely would you find men being led by an incompetent person. It's only in our politics. Politics. It's only in politics. Yeah. But in the social order, you'll find that when a man is leading other men, he's the most competent. He could be the strongest, could be the smartest, could be the richest, could be the more socially, the one who has the most social proof. Ladies struggle with this, sadly. Ladies struggle with this. If you check and you go to social media, ladies are respected based on their loudness, not competence. It is the loudest ones that hit the headlines. We have some very big corporate CEOs who are women who have done marvelous things. Yes, I've sat with 1 or 2 here and there who have serious ideas on serious things to do. You will never see them
saying anything.
The ones that speak on behalf of women on social media are the most loud, are the loudest. Have you not noticed that? So, ladies' selection of a person who leads them, or a fellow woman who leads them, is not based on competence. It's usually sometimes based on loudness, on things like physical appearance. Men don't choose based on that. So men don't have a problem with that, and it's not something that we tell ourselves. Ladies sometimes have a problem, and that's why I watch so many videos. You see, when you go to any man and you ask him what type of a woman would you want for a wife, they'll just tell you, I want a simple girl who's conservative, who will respect me, and will do that. When you flip the script and go and ask a lady, what's your ideal man, especially the loud ones? They will tell you he has to earn 5 figures. he has to do this, he has to be like this, he has to be like this. And the bar is seriously high. The bar is the top 10% of the world that they set. And when you flip that question and ask them, and what would you do for this man who is all these things you want? Crickets. That's where you don't hear an answer. Or you get an emotional backlash. So it's not performative. It is based on it's not entitlement. Finally, not being fearless. Confidence is not being fearless. This is something that people don't get. You're not confident because you don't fear. Fear is a natural human, what do we call it? Emotion. A natural human emotion. If you didn't have fear in you, Steve, you wouldn't be alive today. The reason you don't walk at night is because you know someone will come for your neck. That's the reason. If you didn't fear anything, there is nobody in this world who does not fear. And the more they say they don't fear, the more afraid they are. So it is not fear. It is not fearlessness. Fear exists. Confidence is acting anyway.
Despite the fear.
Despite the fear. I am afraid for my life. So confidence is where I will do everything to ensure my safety. So being in a safe place doesn't remove the fact that I am not fearful. Yeah. We are all fearful. So that is what confidence is not.
It is so interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know, you've contrasted those three things with confidence. And there's one thing that has taken me back to when we were doing our episode on humility. And I'd like to add another thing. That confidence is, people want to contrast it sometimes with insecurity. Yeah. Because there are people who would say that now the contrast of someone who's arrogant is someone who's like meek and not expressive, and that is the show of humility, which we kind of debunked. We're like, the quiet ones being quiet does not necessarily equate to being humble.
Yeah.
And that as well can be a show of pride. That you being incapable of having confidence in your own ability to do something can be itself a show of pride. Especially when it leads you to a place where you're not even able to act or do anything competently.
Yeah.
It can be a show of pride because now on the other hand, someone can say that, fine, then how then do I build this confidence? Or where does insecurity come to play? And this is something that we also need to contrast. That, being confident is also not like that show of insecurity or being meek per se. It is actually being able to do something competently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally, before you move, the people I don't even entertain to work with. Steve, if I see someone coming to me like this, cowering, thinking that would in some ways show me that he is a calm person, those are the people I get rid of very quickly. I don't work with such people. I don't like such people because it's usually an act. Those are the people who betray you very quickly. If they are coming in that demeanor to try and show you, and we have said it's a performance.
Yeah.
They're wearing a mask. When it does not go in their favor, they will throw you under the bus. Those are the people who throw you under the bus quickly. They think that being quiet is equivalent to being meek.
Yeah.
When somebody comes to you and let's say they're pitching for a job and you ask them, how much should I pay you? And they're telling you, pay me whatever you want. Man, you don't have confidence in your value or what you're offering. You should tell people to pay you what you think is your worth, is owed to you. And don't be afraid of it. Let them laugh you out of the room. Let them do that. But that's my value. That's how I speak, Steve. I tell people, I'll charge you this, take it or leave it. if you want us to negotiate, we can negotiate, but not as much. Because this is the value I have placed on myself. I have quoted things and people have laughed at me. And you walk out of the room. Or somebody comes and tells you that I can find something cheaper elsewhere, why then are you coming to me? You had a solution. Imagine what this person is telling you. I have a solution to my problem, but I don't want it. But I want you to give me the solution. I don't want you. I want you to be the solution to that problem. Isn't that a liar?
They are.
Are they not lying? Because they know exactly what they are going to get there is not something they are looking for. What you are looking for, I have it. That's why you came to me. If I didn't have it, you can go to another person. So I don't waste my time in pitching and bembelezaing people for jobs. No, I don't. I actually listen to someone once, twice. No, you can't do it. Adios. Fine.
Bottom line, before we go to the next section about like the foundations of confidence. So arrogance was overestimation of yourself.
Yes.
Insecurity, that's underestimation.
Underestimation.
Confidence is where you accurately esteem yourself.
You think of yourself, Steve, soberly. We all have our strengths and our limitations, Steve. There is what I can do and there is what I can't possibly do. So a confident person is a person who is aware, has an awareness that this is my capability. This is my ability. That's why you see when we were growing up, our parents were forcing us to get A's. Many of us never grew up confident. You are forced to get an A and you're a guy who can bring a strong D+. You can bring home a strong D+.
You know, when we were meant to record, this is when the KCSE results were being put out. And hey, man, over 350,000 of the 990-something thousand students who sat that examination scored D and below. D plain and below. So, hey, I'm just usually like... just thinking about those people in that bracket and, you know, where their confidence actually is right now.
Yes. Imagine our academics, and I'm glad we are now doing a competence-based curriculum because I hope that it would get to where it is supposed to get, where people are valued based on their level of competencies. There are people who are not classroom people, my friend. There are people who are not office people. Even if you try, even if you give them the best facilities, they wouldn't do well. So confidence is understanding, Steve, I can't do well in this environment and it's okay. If I'm not useful here, I'm useful somewhere else. And we channel people right where they are useful. Where they are value.
And given the right environment, every single person has the ability to thrive.
Exactly.
Given the right circumstances. Because you might be like strong in this area, but this person might be strong in a very different area that you're very weak in.
You're very weak in. And that is why I am, even when it comes to gender roles, that's why I'm against egalitarianism. Egalitarianism is not the correct, it's not even the biblical position. It's not even practically possible. Complementarianism is where we come with our differences and we form a union from those differences. We can't all be the same. We can't all do these things the same way.
I'd like for us to touch on a few of the psychological foundations. You know, confidence, you know, you can observe it in a child, even early in their development. It doesn't appear out of nowhere. So we as adults kind of do have a responsibility to shape the confidence of the people that we mentor, the people that we raise, the people we are in charge of. And we can stunt their confidence by either being overcritical, by being inconsistent in how we discipline, or conditional affirmation, or preventing them. Too much protection. We prevent them from taking any risks. Those are things that can really stunt the confidence of a developing child. And this is kind of affirmed by a certain theory that looks at the developmental stages. And it says that between around ages 5 to 12, they're usually in a stage called competence versus inferiority or industry versus inferiority. So it's either they develop that industry or that competence to kind of engage in so many tasks. They want to show that they're able to do this, or they're curious about the world, so they want to try whether they can be good at something.
Yeah.
So Erickson argued that if a child is encouraged to make things, to do things and to achieve things, they develop that industry.
Okay.
However, if like every time they're trying to do something, you as an adult, you're now there the one pouring water, or you're doing it for them, which is also another very dangerous thing, where you're the one, instead of maybe demonstrating and allowing them to do, you kind of want to take over and I'll do
it
this for you.
Do it for them.
I'll do this for you. That can really short their confidence.
Yes.
Because they're trying to kind of develop that esteem.
Yeah.
And the affirmation, it's interesting because human behavior is read even from an early age.
Yeah.
They will esteem your opinion or your input into what they're doing. So they will come to you with something that they've done, and they will want to do something for themselves. And they just need kind of your guidance in trying to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And when you do it for them, you actually kill. You see, it's better you let them go and explore. If it is not a dangerous place to be for them, you let them go and explore. Let them make the mistakes. By the way, do you know, I like to say that failure teaches us more than what success does. Failure is a serious teacher.
Yeah.
A teacher you will never forget. We can forget what caused us to succeed. What caused us to succeed, we can forget. And by the way, what caused us to succeed yesterday is not guaranteed to cause you to succeed tomorrow.
That's true.
But failure is a very consistent teacher. Failure is so consistent that, and you sure will learn. You see in movies when someone comes says we do something and then they tell you we can do it the easy way or the hard way. Yes, failure is a very constant teacher. The problem is we have demonized failure. Like let's say, for example, if I take an exam and I fail, I think that the world thinks that I'm stupid. I'm telling you, if you are in high school and the only thing you can produce is a strong D, you are good at something else. Maybe books are not your thing. Maybe they are not your thing. What else are you good at? And you see, our education system was all about A's and all those things. You missed
being book smart.
Yes, I missed campus by very few points. And at that time, I felt like a very foolish person. Yeah. Yes.
That's why I was saying that point about those who have like D's and below.
Yes. I felt very foolish, by the way. I used, it was SMS time in my Nokia 3310. Then it brings the result. Manze, I look at it like this and I am like, I have failed in life. No. That should never be the case.
Yeah.
And today we are here talking about confidence. And so you not succeeding in one area doesn't mean that another area. And then again, the easy life. The easy life now is a very painful life in future.
Yeah.
It's a very painful life in future.
Let me just touch on two very quick other theories that talk about like where confidence can be shot at an early age of development. So Diana Baumrind talked about the parenting styles and says that the authoritarian style of parenting, where it's like high control, very high control and low warmth, often produces obedient but insecure men. So that's what research has shown, where they look for external validation because they never learn to trust their own judgment.
Abu, repeat the statement again.
So, when
I've just said repeat again. So, yeah.
When you're employing the authoritarian style of parenting, this is from Diana Baumrind, in Parenting Styles Theory. So when you exude high control and low warmth, what this has shown is that it often produces obedient, yes, but insecure men. They toe the line, but they're very insecure in their own estimation of themselves. And so they look for external validation because they never learned to trust their own judgment. So in contrast, rather, authoritative, not authoritarian, which is high standards. You want high standards, but you also have high warmth. The other one was high control. Not even high standards, high control.
Yeah.
High control. This is also the one who's like trying to control every single thing that they're doing. But this is high standards. So you want high standards, but also high warmth.
So there's a difference between authoritative and authoritarian.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Authoritarian is high control, low warmth.
Okay.
Authoritative is high standards.
Or high standards.
High standards.
Yeah.
And high warmth.
Yes.
Where you're not dissociated emotionally from that child.
Yeah.
And this is what builds that self-esteem and confidence as they kind of even get to adolescence. Because that's the pre-adolescence. 5 to 12 is the pre-adolescence age. The last one is attachment theory. This is by a guy called John Bowlby. And this is the concept of a secure base. A child can only explore the world confidently if they know they have a safe base to return to. So if they grew up with a volatile or absent father, they didn't have a secure base.
Okay.
They spent their energy scanning for danger because they always know if this person enters the room, potentially I could be a victim.
Okay. That's
so
interesting.
there wasn't a secure base. And a lot of time is spent, so you develop that as a response. You're always in fight or flight mode, where you're scanning for danger rather than exploring your inward potential. You're kind of just externally looking at what could impede you rather than what you can do to affect the world.
To affect the world. Yeah, and I have seen, now when you're coming from that insecurity and the lack of confidence, so many paths have been left unfollowed.
Yeah.
So many dreams have been left unrealized.
Yeah.
Or even without even doing the start of realization of those dreams because of fear. When you're not confident in yourself and in your abilities, Steve, I told you about the signal to noise ratio. That for you to be successful in whatever you do, signal to noise ratio must be mathematics you'll do. Steve, whenever you want to start doing something, you will hear the noise. The noise are those voices that tell you are not going to do it. It's going to be challenging. How are you going to make it? How will you succeed? Those noises. And sometimes they're not from outside.
Yeah.
They are from within us.
Yeah.
Because we don't have confidence in what we are going to do. So we listen to our own self, criticizing our own self. When that noise exceeds, the signal is where you say, for heaven's sake, I don't know the outcome of what I am going to do. But I know the outcome. If I don't do it, the outcome is nothing. So I might as well do it and fail and learn. Maybe it's not my venture. I can go to another venture and learn. Or I just go and fail. You see?
Yeah.
This podcast, I have said, how far have we come? Are we not talking about how far we've come from in this podcast? I can't watch my first episode. I can't watch it. We were sitting in a plastic seat.
Yeah.
We were in my other office.
Yeah.
And we were using church microphones. Talking about my corporate power place. I gave my book a road deal. First episode. Yeah. The sound was so bad. If you turn this side, it's a church mic. It's those mics that you have to sing into the mic.
Yeah, if you turn this side, there's
and I'm a guy who is a bit animated in how I speak.
Yeah.
So you turn this side, the sound disappears. Yeah. You turn this side, the sound disappears. You turn straight, it becomes okay. So now, what I did when I edited it, I went and amplified the voice. Yeah. So now, when you turn this, yes, you can hear it's bad, eh? But now when I turn to the microphone,
it's even worse. You're shouting, man. You're shouting at people.
That was our first episode, bro.
Yeah.
That was our first episode. But look at us now. Where are we? Better equipment, better microphones, better quality, better content. Better, you get good at what you do by continually doing it, regardless of the outcome.
Yeah.
And that is what real confidence is. That's not an act, Steve. That's not an act. And once you get accustomed to going or to taking those risks or to doing these things, once you get accustomed to that, nothing will stop you.
Because we could easily have been discouraged after the first episode after seeing that quality and being, eh.
And 2 views.
And then you contrast it with maybe what Diary of a CEO are doing.
Oh.
You would have just been shot in confidence.
I did that. I did that.
And then you're like, what are we doing? Should we be doing this?
Actually, I didn't even go to Diary of a CEO. It's on another level.
That's another level.
I compared myself with our fellow Kenyans.
Yeah.
Who have hundreds of thousands of views and subscribers. And our video, we hit a strong 20 views. Strong 20. With now the view, you see, they even rate they gauge how much the viewing.
Yeah.
So those 20 people who have viewed 5% of the video. Hey, my God, we come from far.
From far, indeed.
They viewed 5%. So it's maybe one, and that one person who viewed the whole video was you.
That was just clicked.
As you're trying to figure out what you'll do with the sound. But here we are.
Yeah.
Imagine if we had quit then. Steve, if we had quit then, what would have been? Nothing. Would never have realized it. So you miss
100% of the shots you don't.
You miss 100% of the shots you correct.
Yeah.
So go there. What's the worst that you can get? Failure. Fall in love with failure. And you'll see, by the way, when you are comfortable with failure, it hates people who are comfortable in it. Failure hates people who are comfortable in it.
Yeah.
When you get comfortable with failure, you don't fail.
I want to caveat what I've just given in terms of the psychological foundations of how confidence is built. Because someone can listen to what I've said and say, Kume, that's the reason I don't have confidence. And then I'll start to apportion blame to other how people. They were raised.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, while we believe that some of what those theories say is true, we also are strong believers in agency.
Yeah.
Strong believers in the fact that you have an ability to impact your own reality as things stand. And so there is things that you can do to build confidence as a man. And plasticity exists. Your brain can develop. You can build confidence. You can build competence. Yeah? So, competence is one of the things that builds confidence. Actually learning a skill.
Yeah.
Doing something to develop competence in a specific area.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be what everyone else is doing. It can be a very simple thing, but it can be done in such a way that it is, you are the one person who's doing this thing so well, and everyone else is coming to you for that particular skill that you have. So,
and before you continue on that competence, I think that it's also, I am going on building on what are the foundations of a masculine frame. Competence is one strong one. A real masculine person, especially a man, because with men is a burden of performance. Yeah. Men and women are different. For lack of a better way to put it, men are performance objects. Men are viewed based on their competence, their value, their performance. Women are beauty objects. That's why women are viewed based on their beauty. There, I was watching, I think it was Diary of a CEO, where someone was saying that they did an experiment. This was very interesting. So they went to in America, they picked a random girl who had nothing going on for her life, but she was pretty, and took a photo of her.
Yeah.
And then they went to one of our well-known pretty CEOs, who is a woman, pretty CEOs, and took a photo of her. And so this was an experiment. We're going to go round and ask men who they would choose without telling them anything about them.
Anything else.
Nothing about them. Do you know all the two photos got almost the same number of people saying that they're all fine. In fact, some were saying I can have both. So this goes to say men, when men are looking at women, they don't look at them based on their competence. We don't pick ladies based on competence. We pick them based on beauty.
Oh gosh, we're so simple creatures.
Yeah, men are very simple creatures. Men pick women based on beauty, not competence. Women pick men. You know, women have a higher standards.
Oh,
they have higher standards of choosing than men.
Yeah.
Their standards are higher.
And there's a lot at stake for them. There is also a lot at stake
yes,
for them. Yeah.
survival. So if someone prioritizes survival, they will not pick incompetence.
No, they won't.
They know I will not survive. The next generation is not going to survive through this dude. It's not going. So I was talking about competence.
Yeah.
We are respected based on our competence. And one of the hallmarks...
differentiator.
Yes, one of the hallmarks of a masculine man is competence. And it is competence in your area. Not competent in everything, because you can't be competent in everything. In your area. What is your area of specialization? Why are you just... If you are an IT guy and you're coming to ask for a job in an IT firm, why are you just another IT guy? You're just coming to fill the IT space because there was a vacancy of an IT guy. Why don't you become one of the best IT guys there is? Do you know we have lawyers and we have lawyers we know? We have divorce lawyers and we have James Sexton. Same field, but they do different things. So as a man, you might as well make sure that in whatever you do, you are competent. Steve, I promise myself that whatever I put my hands on succeeds. I have drilled that in my mind long enough to see it through. I don't go to a venture unless I'm going to succeed in it. And when I go there, I'm going to be confident enough that I'm going to succeed. And how am I going to be confident enough that I'm going to succeed? I'm going to do everything that is required there. In this time and age, do you need to go to school of communication to do a podcast?
No, really.
Did any one of us ever go for that training?
Nope.
Because competence doesn't come in that certification. It comes in doing. By the way, the world is shifting. I am telling you, our parents are very scared of where the world is. I've pulled a conversation with my dad, and they're very scared about where the world is.
Why? What's that?
Nobody cares about your grades. When I was growing up, grades were everything. The guy who was number one in our primary school, when we did our KCPE, my friend, he was a genius to me. He was like a god figure. Nobody cares, Steve, about your grades. How many in every year, 600,000 graduates come from university. 600,000, Steve. 600,000 are graduating every year.
Yeah.
But does our country look like a country that has that chucks 600,000 graduates every year?
No.
When you listen to the news, Steve, Cheki, do these people that we see, do they look like that? Most of them are incompetent. Most of them don't know exactly what they do. It's like sometimes you vie for an office and then your goal was to open the doors of that office. I want to be a governor.
Yeah.
Then you win. Then you are like wall up. What does a governor do?
What does the governor do? Do you know what? That happens in Kenya.
That is our country.
Kenya. Someone enters the office and then they're just like, okay, so
now. Yeah, let's start. What should we do? What should we do?
What should I be doing now?
Let's order tea for 9 million. Worth 9 million shillings. Tuanze kwanza na kukunywa chai ya milioni 9.
We need to change as a country and as a continent. Competence. I'm so sad by what's happening in Uganda in the elections.
Did you see? Did you see the videos? There's some videos that have just come out.
I've seen some videos.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, let me tell you, Steve, the leaders that we have are a reflection of who we are. They are a judgment to us because we are the exact same people.
Yeah.
I stopped complaining about our leadership. We deserve what we get.
We have.
We deserve it. Saisi tuko karibu kwanza, we want to start singing Tibi Mtialala, Tibi Mtialala, Tibi Mtialala. So if you get a Tibi Mtialala leader, why do you complain? Let us enjoy the ride, my friend.
The man cannot balance the shit, cannot
yes.
apportion
we deserve exactly the leadership that we vote for. We deserve it. I don't even blame them that we bought pens for 20 million. I don't blame them. Buy them. If you put a Tibi Mtialala in the office,
you get
a Tibi Mtialala results, Tibi Mtialala budget, Tibi Mtialala development.
Yeah.
See, that's what we get.
Exactly.
Why would we complain? What we will vote next year, or who will vote next year, will be exactly a reflection of who you and me are. And if the times will be bad, let's enjoy the moment. Let's enjoy the ride as we wait to depart from this wicked and degenerate world.
Amen.
Yes.
Hey, we need to consider. We need to start considering competence instead of personality shows.
You
are
see,
projecting confidence.
Steve, no. You have a nice beard. I vote you because of your beard, guy.
Or your dimples. Nairobi. Anyways.
And then no, this is the irony. No, let us mock ourselves. Let us laugh at ourselves. No, let us laugh at ourselves. This is a serious business. And I'm going to make a shot out of this. Let's just laugh at ourselves. Because you vote for someone with a nice this, ama akona uti wa mgongo mzuri. Akona uti wa mgongo mzuri. What do you expect to get from that person? No, what do you expect? You expect them to get into the office and become Einstein. Tibi Mtialala voting, Tibi Mtialala results. And Tibi Mtialala life. And you never complain about your leadership.
Complaining
never complain.
Goodness.
We deserve what we get. Let's get it. Let's get it until...
Let me run through this very quickly. So how else can you rebuild confidence apart from just competence and learning a skill? There's consistency. You need to show up repeatedly. There's responsibility, carrying weight. That also builds confidence in you. We have a generation of people who are kind of afraid of responsibility. Even the responsibility of a partner in marriage and building a family and having kids.
Yeah.
Those are things that when you talk to many men out there, you'll realize that they don't have a desire for this thing.
Yeah.
Whereas that can actually really shoot your confidence right up the roof if you actually start to do those things and build those foundations for yourself. There's integrity, alignment between word and action, where you do not compromise on that. And endurance, surviving difficulty. Those are things that can build confidence and can allow your brain to kind of just rewire itself. If there was a wiring of lack of confidence, a skill will build confidence.
Yeah.
Showing up repeatedly, consistently will build confidence. Carrying weight, and that's responsibility of other people, will build your confidence.
Yeah.
Aligning yourself, making sure that everything you say is everything you do.
Yeah.
And not just things that you say.
Yeah.
And surviving difficulty, enduring through the hard times and through the hardship. That will build your confidence. I think those are very, very key things. Pillars in building that for men out there.
Yeah. And I have seen in my notes that is very interesting, 3 types of confidence. So, one is what we've talked about. Competence, confidence. This comes from skill. You speak well because you've practiced.
Yeah.
By the way, let's talk about our video. The first video, the chair video with church mics.
The one with many R's and ums
and arms and all those things. Do you realize that the more we sit here to speak, the more eloquent we get?
Yeah.
So a speaker becomes a confident speaker by speaking.
It's like learning a language.
Yes.
If you learn a language out of context, if I try and learn Japanese in Kenya, it's going to be challenging because I don't have other people to speak Japanese with. I can imagine. Mary Alex was actually trying to do that while she was in Kenya. It was tough. Well, she grasped a few words, grasped a few things, learned a few of the vocabulary, having that eloquence. was not, you don't have time to practice.
Yeah.
You don't have people to practice with.
Yes.
I can imagine how good she is right now at Japanese.
She's
probably
fluent.
like
She's
fluent.
Yeah.
Right now.
She's
And, like,
fluent.
Because you interact with the locals.
Yeah.
They speak to you in that language. So you learn it faster.
Yeah.
So you get better at it.
So you speak well because you've practiced. You earn well because you've built value. By the way, the people who earn well and the people who don't is not that this one has connections and this one. I have told guys here, money follows value, Steve. Money follows value. Money is more aggressive at chasing people with value than they are aggressive at chasing it. Money follows value. So you earn well because you've built value. You lead well because you've studied and failed before. You lead well because you've failed and studied before.
Yeah.
That's the competence one. The second one is the identity confidence. This is knowing who you are and what you stand for.
Yeah.
Boundaries. Remember I said boundaries? That if you have boundaries and if you are confident about, if you know who you are, not an act. This is just who I am.
Yeah.
If you know exactly who you are, you will know exactly what to tolerate and what not to.
Yeah.
You see, knowing who you are and what you stand for, your values, your boundaries, and your standards. That's why I told you, if somebody maybe wants you to make them furniture and you charge 20,000 per seat and they want an 8,000 shilling furniture, it is not within your standards. Because for me, if I was to give you furniture worth 8,000, I'd be fooling you and fooling myself. One, I don't know where you're going to take that seat. I don't want that seat with my name on it. I don't want, you might as well pay that amount. But that seat of that value, I don't want it with my name. So do this. Unaona pale kwa kona Njoroge pale kwa kona. He can do that with that amount and he will make a profit.
You'll make a profit.
He'll make a profit with that amount.
But my goodness, if that seat lives to see 2027.
It will not live to see. You see? So when you understand that, a man with identity confidence doesn't beg. Even in relationships, doesn't beg. He doesn't chase approval. He knows his value. He can walk away from disrespect. He knows, once you know, it is self-identity, because so many people are living in a time where they have not really grasped who they really are in this life and what they're capable of. The last one is social confidence. Social confidence, this is how you show up around people.
Yeah.
Eye contact, calm voice, comfortable silence, not over-explaining, not trying to impress. Social confidence flows naturally when the first two are strong.
Yeah.
When you're competent and you have an identity, you will always have social confidence. And the weak guys will interpret it as weakness, as arrogance.
As arrogance.
And I'm telling you, Steve, you can be a very calm person, but as long as you are confident, a person who's struggling with confidence will always view you as arrogant. Will always see you as arrogant. Don't worry about how people see you.
Don't worry about that.
Yes. Just make sure that you have these three things. Competence. Steve is good at what he does. Yesterday we were somewhere and you introduced you, and those people who are in that meeting said, "Hey, I'm glad because he is here. He is here." Yeah. That means they have an idea of what you can do. That is number one. That is competence. That is somebody screaming competence. If they had a bad experience, if that lady who you were with in that particular organization had a bad experience and came and met you yesterday,
she'd be cool.
She'd be like, road deal. But they were saying they're excited because you are here. So that is number one, competence. Identity. You just know your values and your boundaries.
Yeah.
You don't shout them out. Yeah. You don't tell everybody, but you calmly or confidently enforce them. And finally, the social one. where you make eye contact, you speak in a calm voice, comfortable silence. You should see me speaking with my superiors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I just like
You
to,
never want to raise your voice. You never want to seem emotional. You never
Yes.
want to be very, very collected.
even when
Very
when you're stamping your foot on the ground, you stamp it with respect,
With respect.
but you stamp it in either way. Yeah.
There is so much we've unpacked there, especially towards the end of that.
Yes,
And I think our
yes,
time
yes.
is fast spent.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, even though I have more that we need to unpack,
You can continue next.
we will continue and look at some of historical examples, because I had prepared a script of some few historical
would be
examples
perfect.
we can unpack and try and deduce how that can apply in our present day.
This Japanese guy, I listened to when I went to Mumias. I listened to videos about him. It's called Nashi what?
Katsushika
The other name?
Hokusai.
Hokusai. I was listening. There are some videos about him and what he did. Hey, interesting fella.
Yeah.
Interesting.
At the age of 70, I have done all the things I have done before. Nothing.
Yeah.
I will arrive huko nikifika 110.
Yeah.
Yes. Wonderful. So thank you guys for sitting through this episode with us. We really hope that by this point in time, you have like a better understanding of what confidence is, not just what it's portrayed to be. Because more often than not, people perform confidence. But confidence can actually be built with solid foundations, not what people approve or what people's opinions are. So yeah, we'll stay tuned for part 2 of this as we unpack a little bit more about what other confident people have done in the past and how they have shown that confidence. And yeah, we're glad that you're with us up until this point. So see you on the next one.
Peace.